Welcome everybody to another Mesolite visual tutorial. Today, let's look at axonometric site diagram creation. This is a 100% ArchiCAD tutorial with no use of Photoshop. I'm going to share with you built-in tools that will enable you to create this kind of stunning presentations. Before we start, let me ask you, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified for more videos like this ones. Without any further ado, let's get started. To start our tutorial, let us look at this presentation we have here on our screen. It has two components. The first is the site diagram, and then at the bottom here is the legend that is a reference to this drawing. The powerful thing about this legend, it captures the colors that are represented on the drawing. So yeah, I'm going to share with you, take you through the necessary stages and tools that will put you in a position to create stunning presentations like these ones. To start this, let us look at the 3D documents. In this 3D, we have a model or components that are assembled. They are made up of ArchiCAD basic design tools. You see our 3D blocks are for a morph, and then we have a site for mesh. We have tons of tutorials that are for site creation and topography. I'll put the link in the top right corner. I'll also put the link in the description, for you to, if you want an in-depth site creation videos. What is key here is to have your tree objects at a resolution of 100. So go to its settings, then under the all parameters, change the resolution to 100 to create or to have a smooth curvature of your trees. It's very, very critical for this type of presentations. So the next stage is to transform this into a 3D document. To access design or documentation tools, you need to have the 3D document. So to do so, you're gonna right click on the screen and then hit new 3D document. Another option is to go to the project navigator under the view, then right click to create your new 3D document. I'll call this one a site diagram. Enter. There we go. We have now our 3D document of our site diagram. It's still boring. It looks raw. So to turn this into something exciting, let us go to its settings. So hit on settings here on the properties, or you can right click on top of your view, then 3D document settings. From here, let us look at the model appearances parameters. So what I want us to focus on is uncut elements, hence the ones that we see here on the screen. So change this to uniform pen color fill, non-shaded, and then activate the uniform uncut pens parameter. Let's change this to color 1. And then go down there to activate your shadows. It depends on what you want to achieve. I'll put the shadow casting to 25%, 25% or 50%. This is subject to change depending on what you see on your screen. So I'll change the color of the shadows to black to have a nice transparent black on my drawings. So make sure the fill background pen is transparent. Then you can now hit OK. Perfect. Now you had a clean, smooth perspective diagram. So to further edit this, what I'll do, I'll go to the document tools. Like I said, we need to access document tools to further edit this. So I'll click on the fill tool and then trace over all these blocks that I'm having, building blocks. But to trace, I need to change my fill settings to something like this. Would be something like gray. This will start with gray. And then have the fill type on 25%, depending on also what you want to achieve. And it's subject to change. You can place it and then further re-edit it. So what I'll do, I'll use the geometry method of the polygonal input. So let's do that. Make sure you zoom in to be more precise. Then you trace it. I'm going to trace the outline of this block, just the outline, something like this. And then from there, it's you have to hit tab on your keyboard, hit tab to activate your fill, then click on it, right click to bring it to front, something like this. But make sure you have a smooth outline, something like that. You can change the fill color type depending on what you want. And if you want to, let's change first the scale to 200. There we go. And then if I want a thicker outline, so what I would do, let me select this and change the outline type to okay, I need to change my pen set. I'll activate this one, then change this to 60. There we go. Nice. And then I'll go ahead and do the remaining blocks. I'll start with this one. There we go. Make sure you zoom in to access the proper. There we go. And then tab again, hit tab to bring in front your fill. This, I'm gonna change the fill pen to something like blue. There we go. Nice and clean, right? You can also maybe play with contrast. This one, this time around, I'll change the thickness to something like, sorry, 35. Nice. Let us do the remaining block. Do that. Then that. Tab, right click, bring in front. Change the color to something grayish. And then the 260. I'm not satisfied with the color. I'll find something like so. Yeah, perfect. The next thing, let us now further document our site diagram. So what I'll do, I'll come here under the road. What I'll do, I'll pick the polyline, the spline line, the spline 2 to trace over this profile. So make sure you are accurate. Make sure you're accurate. From here, I'll click on this point, then from the pet palette, hit offset all edges to demarcate the road. Just like that. And then let's click on this to stretch it. Make sure you click on the point so that you can access stretch tool. I'll do the same to this one. Just like that. And let us change the line type to something like that. Perfect. Now you have nicely demarcation of your road. So another thing is to label the heights of our contours. I'm gonna just use a text tool to do that. to this. This one is going to be plus 3.2. I know it, and then let's fit in our text like so. Control D to drag it to the point, then Control E to rotate it along these points. Then I'll make sure the alignment is on the left. And then from there, I'll Control Shift D to duplicate this to the next point. Then Control E to align it. Let's change the value to, this one is going to be 4.5 meters. Do the same to the remaining points. Control E to rotate, align it to the point, change the value to 2.2. Last, Control E to rotate. The value of this one is 1.5. This one 3.4. Perfect. Now we have our contours label. Another thing is to put the division here for the road. We can use a spline tool. The reason why I'm using the spline tool is you can easily adhere the curvature of this profile. So unlike a 3D profile, I mean a polyline tool. So hit on your spline, and then what you do is click, and then just like that, then double click to end, and then select it, double click on the point, and then let us offset by the midpoint. Then I'm going to change the line type to something like that. I don't know why it's not going all the way, but you can easily stretch it to the point there. Same applies to the side. Perfect. You can also increase the pen thickness if you want thicker, like so. Okay. Another thing is to put this annotation lines. Let's go back to our site. I'm gonna use the spline tool also. You can just draw whatever line you want, just like that. Then I'm going to change the line to line 2, and then change it to solid. Make sure the color is thick, the pen is the heaviest, just like that, something like that. And then I'll mirror copy, Control M to mirror copy on your keyboard. Let's turn this also to a heavier color. Perfect. I'm a little skeptical about the weight of a pen. So what I would do, let's go to attributes and then pens and colors. I'm going to turn this one into something heavier, maybe 90. And then I'll store as a copy. I already have that. Let me just cancel and then see which one is that. Let's say look at 90. But we don't have 90. We don't have 90. I don't know why it says. Okay, let's do that. Options, elements, pens and colors. Or maybe I didn't load it. Yeah, go down here and then load that one. too thick, it's too heavy. Change the scale to 1:100. Let's change it to copy. I think it was too heavy. It was too heavy. Let's go back to our original scale. 1:200, and then go back to our elements, attributes, pens, and colors. Let's turn this one into 90 or something like 60. Then store as copy 1, store, hit OK. Then from there, let us try that one, 60. Perfect. Turn this one to also 60. Perfect. We can also do it to our fill. So control. So activate the fill and then control A to select all. Then let's turn this to 60 also. Perfect. So now we have this. We can add another line in this direction. Something like this, and then let's select this and Control Shift D to duplicate to there, and then I'll align this to that. Perfect. Now you can also reuse this text to label the Control Shift D to label your speed of the wind or the direction, depending on what you want to do. 1.5 meters per, and turn this to 3, just like that. Perfect. Now your presentation is taking a shape. As you can see, what needs to be done is the labeling of this. So I'm going to use a label 2. And then what I'll do, I'll change. Let's go to its settings first. Let's change the angle to 90. Then I'm going to opaque it, and then use a color that will represent the block or the building. Then I also apply the frame, of which is important. Then under the pointer, I will change to an arrow. Yeah, I think I'm good to go. So now let us place the fill. We have to pick the morph instead of the fill. So what to do, hit tab and a keyboard. That's it will activate your morph, then click on your morph. So I'll make it that. So it's being set to capture the ID of this morph. As you can see, to do that, you double click on this, and then let's use an auto text. So, and find the ID, element ID. So that's the ID. So I'm gonna make this, you can put it there depending on the style you want to achieve. But the text color, let's make it black. Perfect. You can also stretch this, and then your alignment be on the center, like so. Then you can also apply it to the other ones, as you can see. Stretch it like so, and then align it to the center. Perfect. Okay, so that's basically that, guys. If you want to enhance, you can also put people around there, but I want to show you two ways of doing that. You can use silhouettes like this one's already placed as well, or you use other silhouettes from the 3D document design tools. Let's say go to objects and then go to settings. Let's pick one of the silhouettes here. We just click and then place it there. There are two ways of doing it, as you can see I've already done. Each has pros and cons. The first one, which is this, the pros and cons, you can't change the color. But the good part of it is it casts shadows. So that's the point. This one, you can turn the color to whatever you want. For example, let's say turn this into 2D 3D presentation. The feel to something orange. You get, but it doesn't cast shadow. That's the problem with having this. So go to the comments, tell me which one do you prefer. Yeah, I think that was it. If you look at this one, the one we created before, I want to show you something. You can enhance your presentation further by adding, let's go with this. You can enhance your presentation by adding features like the sun study path to your site diagrams. That communicates your drawings better. To do so, let's Control L, and then if you check here, there are sun study. Hit OK. Let's wait. Wait a little bit. Perfect. As you can see, this is exactly what I've been talking about. It gives your presentation a total different dimension. This is the way forward. Guys, if you want a step-by-step tutorial on how to create this type of presentations, let me know in the comment section. I'll do the presentation for you. I'll do the tutorial for you. I'm looking forward to do that. It's a premium exclusive videos for you guys. Just go down to the comment section, request. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. But don't forget to check other ArchiCAD resources that we have in our website. I'll put the link in the description also. Go down there and enjoy. Thank you.